Welcome back. This is my new studio. Let's hope I can use this space to create a few great videos from now on, mostly for the days when I can go out or the thematics of the video is not about going outside and showing you stuff there. And in today's video I wanted to basically show you two sling bags that I bought recently. And these are a bit different from your usual sling bags, because these are kind of those backpack style sling bags. So not the ones that you are wearing in front or on the side or sometimes on the back, but these are mostly to wear them on your back, but they have only one strap, so they are sling bags and they sling in front of you when you want to access them. I have both of them here. One of them is this Air Travel Sling 2. Not sure if you heard about the Air brand, but it's kind of an interesting bag. I will tell you why in just a bit. And the second one is more of a camera sling bag. I tend to call them sling backpacks. But yeah, this is the MindShift Gear PhotoCross 10. There is a bigger version, the 13. I will also mention the 13 in some cases when I compare these two. Initially, I wanted just to create a simple review of the Air sling bag, because that's what I had and what I tested a bit more in depth. But then I kind of ditched the idea of having this bag. I want to get rid of it, and I will tell you why. So in the meantime, I bought something else instead, something that I thought will be more appropriate for my needs, and that's why I have the MindShift gear. And until this point it proves to be true that the MindShift gear is a better bag for me. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. The main differences between these two are the fact that one is a quote-unquote travel sling bag, at least that's what Air calls it, and the other one is a camera sling bag. And the biggest difference between these two are, one, the size, and two, the inside. But let's start with size and design. The Air sling bag is probably more sleek and a more simple kind of design. Also looks to be a lot thinner, at least when it's closed and nothing is in there. It can get pretty wide if you want, so it can hold a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it's more of that city vibes or business travel sling bag type look and feel. It has a Cordura nylon and Duraflex plastic buckles. The main compartment's zipper is a normal but really good quality zipper, so there is no problem. And the front compartment looks to be the water resistant YKK type zipper. Yeah, each zipper has a really nice pull tab, real minimal branding, so only the Air wording here on this. And you have a luggage pass-through and a big wide strap. But this one is one of the things that I don't like about this bag, and I will talk about it in the comfort section. Okay, so this was the Air. Meanwhile, the MindShift gear is more of this outdoorsy look with a more rubbery type of nylon material on the outside. It has a nice mesh on the back, which the Air lacks, but this one does not have a luggage pass-through. It is, however, totally weatherproof compared to the Air bag, so the materials used here and all the zippers are weatherproof type, and also comes with a waterproof little bag that you can put over this sling bag when you get caught in a pouring rain. The strap is wide as well here, but it's a totally different type of strap, and this is one thing that I really like about this MindShift gear bag compared to the Air. It has small handles on the top and one on the side, so you can grab it from where or whatever position you want. That's kind of it for the MindShift gear. All in all, I think both bags are built really well. They really look cool on their own way, so if you like more sleek designs and like the more city vibes, then the Air looks to be something that you would like, and if you like something that's more outdoorsy and you will probably bring it on hikes and stuff like that, then the MindShift gear has that feel and vibe to it. Also, forgot to mention, the pull tabs on the MindShift gear are really interesting. You can see you can grab like this and then pull down pretty easily. I already mentioned the Air sling bag is a pretty slim sling bag, but it can expand if you put stuff in it. But inside there are no dividers, so it's a big one. I mean, there are dividers for a laptop, tablet and stuff like that, but there are no dividers in the main section of the interior, so like this. While the MindShift gear is a thicker bag by default, and it already has pre-installed dividers inside it, and this is one of the things that camera bags do by default, and that's why you have this one. But these compartments are not only good for camera users, because you might as well carry with you a bunch of items that you would not want to hit each other in the bag while you are walking or while you're handling the bag. So I think this bag was created with the totally different type of traveler in mind. And what I'm thinking is that this one, the main compartment, is mainly used for putting inside some clothes, but then you can put like a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. Then besides that you can put maybe the toiletry bag, headphones, maybe a pair of slippers and a pair of swimming shorts. You would be good, for example, for a weekend trip like this, when you know that you don't need to change clothes too much and you will not be away too long. Because besides these items, you can still fit in a big 16-inch laptop and a tablet or a book, and then you have pockets on the other side, so you can put, you have mesh pockets, you have normal pockets, you have zip compartments. For example, on this short trip that I mentioned, you could put like a power bank, so you can charge up your items if you need on the go, or you can put a smaller book, a notepad, some pencils and stuff like that. Also, there is another pocket, the last one inside here, which is quite big inside, but be mindful because this one also shares the space with the special exterior pocket, which is pretty thick because it's lined with a felt type material, and this pocket is good for example, a phone or your glasses, and these items will go inside this bigger inside pocket. And then you have obviously the bigger external pocket, which I already mentioned that it has a waterproof YKK zipper. It's kind of a nice size, you can fit inside a bunch of stuff, and also has two separator compartments and a lanyard style with a carabiner on the end for your keys or whatnot. That's kind of it for the Air Travel Sling and what it can carry and handle. Let's see what the MindShift Gear PhotoCross 10 can hold, and then we can talk what are the differences between them and why I think for my needs the MindShift Gear can hold probably even more stuff than compared to the Air. So the MindShift Gear, as you can see, it has one big compartment on the inside, and there is an outside pocket that's also pretty big. You can put your hand in it, you can hold a bunch of stuff, and it has two separators so you can organize your stuff. Also has a lanyard style hook inside here for your keys and whatnot. Then going back to the main pocket, the flap itself has a zipper and it's divided in two with these mesh pockets. You can put smaller items like SD cards, SD card reader, batteries and stuff like that. You have the laptop compartment. In this case, this is only a tablet, a 10-inch tablet, but with the PhotoCross 13 you can place a 13-inch MacBook Air or something similar if you absolutely need your laptop and you have the smaller size laptops, then you might go with the bigger version of this PhotoCross bag. After that we have the main compartment with dividers. I left the original organization in there so you have a bigger space on the bottom side. You can put a camera with a lens inside here. For example, in my case, I can easily fit the Fujifilm X-S20 with any of the two lenses that I have. Then in the next section you can put another lens, and in the top sections I can put the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with all of its accessories, and the top compartment I can still have it empty for smaller bits and pieces. Let's get to the outside of this bag. And the outside of this bag is pretty interesting compared to the Air, because it has a bunch of hook tabs like this one. These are used to tie stuff externally to the bag. So for example, in the front you have 4, and with a cross shape you can, for example, tie down a jacket or a tripod. Although you have a water bottle pocket which you can use for a tripod, and also there are hooks here as well, so you can secure the tripod to the bag. These things on the outside are extra compared to the Air, which does not really have something like this. The only thing that the Air has are bottom side buckled straps, which you can use to also put a jacket or a tripod, but you don't have a water bottle holder. You don't have a water bottle holder inside either, and you have only one tightening spot basically on the Air, while you can have one tripod and one jacket as well, while on the Air you can't. But I still think that because the MindShift bag has those dividers, and because it's a thicker style bag compared to the Air, depending on what you want to carry, for example in my case I always want to carry in these bags some kind of camera gear, the MindShift gear can hold more, at least the same amount that as the Air, with the gear being more secure and protected, while also being a smaller bag and easier to handle. The only difference that I can't carry with the MindShift gear is a big laptop. I have a bigger backpack, which is the Low Pro Fastpack AW250 Mark III, and that obviously can handle a big laptop because it has a special laptop compartment. And I bought this Air with the idea that I might be able to replace my bigger backpack with a sling bag when I go traveling, so that I don't need to carry that big backpack with me on the plane, and I will only carry another carry-on or a check-in luggage, which I almost always carry with me anyway, but I just can't fit all the gear that I'm carrying with me, and I don't have much gear. I have one small camera, 2 lenses, the DJI Osmo Pocket with the case and all of the accessories, a pack of DJI microphone, a tech pouch with the chargers and power banks and stuff like that, cables, and I usually put like extra pair of clothing and the toiletry bag, my laptop, and eventually the Nintendo Switch, but that's not always coming with me, and it just does not fit comfortably in this one. I can put everything in here, but I don't feel comfortable with what I have to just lay around in these big compartments. I can't put my camera in one of these pockets, so I need to put it in the main pocket, but then again another item needs to go there, which will probably bump into my camera and stuff like that. I don't really like how this bag is organized in this term, and this is the main thing that I don't like about this bag. Now, the second thing that I don't like about this bag is the comfort. So with that said, let's get into the comfort section. This strap on the Air starts pretty wide, and that should mean that it's pretty comfortable, but it's really not. I don't know why this strap starts this wide, because this part of the bag is not even on your shoulder. It gets a lot lower on your back when you're carrying it. If you tighten the strap really well, so the whole bag comes upwards on your back, then this part of the strap gets closer towards your shoulder, but that's not comfortable either. I find that loosening the strap pretty heavily makes it a bit more comfortable than any other carrying type, but even then it's not really that good, because then you have on this part of your shoulder, in the front of your neck here, the narrower part of the strap, and because this is a pretty big sling bag, you can put stuff in it, and you will put stuff in it, so it will get heavy. And in that case, this strap really digs into your shoulder and your neck. And when you leave it a bit looser, then it tends to get closer and closer to your neck with every step that you make, and I just found myself constantly adjusting and putting the strap a bit closer towards the edge of my shoulder. And so yeah, I really didn't like the experience with this one. It kind of looks like it's more of the city commuter style of backpack, or a quick traveler, or a business traveler, or the type of user that will put everything in the bag, put it on the shoulder, get out, go to their car, or go to the nearest cafe, or something like that, then put the bag down. And they have everything with them, so they don't really carry the bag, and that's why it's okay to be a bit bigger and a bit heavier. Now, compared to this, the MindShift Gear PhotoCross bag, as I already mentioned, has a totally different style of strap. It's extremely slim. There is almost no padding, which is weird, but because it's so soft and slim, this is a lot more comfortable. Even if you fully pack this thing out and it gets heavy for the size, it still sits really nicely on your shoulder. It feels more comfortable if you loosen up the strap and leave it to just be a bit lower on your back instead of bringing it up close to your shoulder. The second thing that this has and makes it more comfortable is this side flap that goes around your hip or thigh and makes another contact point to keep the bag a bit more secure and don't let it go around your back that much. And another thing that this bag has is inside this hidden pocket. It's a pair of straps that are for your thigh support, so you can connect the buckles around your hip, and there's another point of contact, and this will not allow the bag to roll around on your back at all. So in case you are hiking or you riding a bike and stuff like that, it will really keep the bag secure on your back. Okay, so who are these bags for, in my opinion? Because both of them have a place. I don't say that the Air Travel Sling is not a good bag, I just said that it's not for me. So who is it for, if not for me? It is for the person who carries a big laptop, that's for sure. It is for the person that is moving throughout the city and through airports and stuff like that. For the person who loves sleek design and wants to blend in, not shouting out that, hey, I have a bunch of expensive gear inside my bag. For the person who doesn't mind organizing a bit more loosely inside the bag because you don't have that big of an organization possibility, like for example in the MindShift gear. And for the person who does not really carry camera gear with them, maybe a point and shoot, because that would fit in one of the smaller pockets inside the bag. And for probably the businessman who will carry with them a bunch of documents, a laptop, pencils, phone, headphones, shirt, a t-shirt, and toiletry bag, and for a quick business trip or something like that. In contrast, the MindShift Gear PhotoCross 10 or the 13 will be for those who don't really need to carry the big laptop with them, or they want to use the bag for other reasons, for other purposes where you don't need a laptop with you. Even though it can, as I said, this one carry a 10-inch tablet, so instead of a laptop you can carry a tablet, or if you bought the bigger one, you can carry a 13-inch laptop with you. You carry camera gear. This is a camera backpack. Even though you can use it for a bunch of other things, this is made with the camera user in mind. You have those dividers, you can put lenses, you can protect your gear. You can take out those dividers and use it like a normal backpack. You want water resistance. It's not waterproof, so you can't put it under the water, obviously, but this is weather resistant with weather resistant YKK zippers and all that jazz. You know that your camera gear will be protected, and this one is really good if you know you will be walking a lot with the sling bag on you, because The fact that it's smaller, it can't get as heavy as the other one. The whole bag itself is lighter, I mean on its own, and it has a more comfortable strap and strap system, so it will be a lot better for longer walks. So as the last note, both of these bags are good. They serve a different purpose, they serve a different type of user, but you will know which one to choose. Both of these bags are around $100 plus minus, depending on where you are from and if you need to pay a certain amount for transportation cost. So yeah, I cannot really say which one is better. You need to decide for yourself which type of user you are and what kind of things you will do with your backpacks. The thing is that if you are not carrying a big laptop with you, I think the PhotoCross 13 can replace the Air Travel Sling if you have a smaller laptop, but the Air Travel Sling cannot really replace the MindShift gear. So if you don't mind the outdoorsy look of the MindShift gear, I would suggest going for the bigger one and using that one as your everyday travel carry stuff. And in case you change your mind and will start using camera gear and stuff like that, you will have the possibility to do so. With the Air, if you know you will never ever use any type of bigger camera setup, or you will not need to have those divided organization because you have business stuff and those kind of things, then yeah, sure, go for the Air. And mainly if you are in the US, then you can probably get this one a bit cheaper. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these two bags. Which one did you like more, and which one are you thinking on getting and why, obviously. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more of these kind of videos, then please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, you know the jazz. Subscribe, comment, like, and see you in the next one.